there's a lot of debate amongst marketers, just like there is with SEO people. Experts will say, don't use ChatGPT because it'll ruin it. Google's cracking down. And that's not really what Google has said. Even their latest core update, they don't want spammy mass stuff, but if it's actual helpful content. And it's the same way I look at like listing descriptions or headlines. Like, it's amazing for idea generation. Like, if you want 20 headlines and you can split test all variables for like $10 for 24 hours and see what's getting the most clicks. So what are you most excited about right now? The new ChatGPT just came out. What's exciting in all like worlds of AI for you?
Yeah, I mean, just the pace at the pace at which things are moving is it's hard to keep up with. But like, what I'm super excited about is what they showed this week, where the guy's like talking to the phone, and now the AI can see through our cameras, and you can literally walk into a room and just be like, hey, can you give me ideas on what I should put on my walls? Or, hey, what color should I paint this room? I'm excited for that in our space, specifically in real estate. I have a buddy that's building an AI platform, and they've kind of got some of that in there, but you have to upload images. So you can take your listing photos, upload them, and ask it for staging ideas and ask it for color ideas and stuff like that. That is now taking that process real time. So we can just hold our phone up and, it can see through the camera. It's like that movie, Her, which back when it came out, I was like, oh, this is creepy and weird, and I don't like it. And then I watched that video the other day, and I was like, this is awesome. I love the idea of this. I love everything about it. And even you said something just a minute ago about like very early on in the AI stuff when I first started messing with it. And I'm a total SEO nerd from way back in the day. And I said that. I was like, Google doesn't like this. And I didn't specifically mean Google doesn't like AI content. I just meant the spammy, because when ChatGPT and all this stuff first came out, it didn't have like the capabilities that it does now. And now I've got mine trained so well that when it spits out whatever content, it sounds so much like me in the way I type, my tonality, even the way that it breaks up the sentences and makes it easier to read. Like, all of that, I've got it trained. But in the beginning, it didn't do any of that. So, you could pretty easily tell AI content when it first came out. And now when I'm working with realtors, they're like, I put this in and I tell it what to do and it comes out and I use that. And I'm like, no. You got to train it and you have to tell it. Otherwise that, like that listing description you just wrote, it sucks.
Yeah. It has Nestle. It has Nestle in it. It has the house address in it. There's like a 100 tells that I can tell that it's written with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean the general public can tell, but you don't want yours looking cookie cutter like everybody else's.
We have one of the sales reps here that I work with, and I was in a meeting with her a couple weeks ago, and she uses the word delve in a sentence. And I literally stopped her mid-sentence and I was like, did you just use the word delve? And she's like, yeah, why? And I'm like, Jesus, you're the first person I've ever heard use that word. And she's looking at me like I'm weird. And I was like, when I do the ChatGPT stuff, that word gets used. So it's like one of those, I call them like sensational words that ChatGPT uses. It makes everything sound so sensational, but it always uses the word delve. And
that is my wife's biggest bugaboo, is the delve word. She tells me all the time if she sees it in any of our team members' listings, she says something to me about it. The one that I notice, because I'm running so many, I'm a contributor for like BAM Media, so I'm writing an article every Friday. And whenever I'm working on stuff, like it's like it wants to say whopping a lot, like a whopping this many views. I'm like, I've never said whopping to anyone to describe how many clicks.
Yep. So I love that they introduced the memory part, the memory aspect, and because it can go across chats now. So before, like, you could train one chat, and I had it trained like, this is like, I actually named it Talking Like Jeff. Well, now it has a memory, so all of the outputs sound like me. Because before, it would use whopping, and I would literally have to type in, don't ever use that word again, because I don't ever say that. And I did that with Dell. Like, I had a whole list of stuff that I have put in there now. Like, I don't talk like that. I talk
your custom instructions. I'm right there.